Welcome to The One Thing, where each episode features our signature segment, Pandora's Box. We dive into hot topics that challenge the norm and ignite real conversation.
Inspired by Greek mythology, Pandora's Box isn't just about chaos. It's about truth, transformation and hope. That's what we bring to every conversation.
Have a cause or business that deserves to be seen? Want to be remembered forevermore? Be our next special guest. Contact us today at theonething@edgeradioaustralia.com. And welcome to The One Thing here on Edge Radio Australia. Today it is Christmas for me because I get to talk motor racing with awesome people. And I'm so excited about tonight. I really am, guys. In fact, I'm carrying an injury. I'm here anyway, right? It is so exciting to have young people who are passionate about motorsport, who really get it. I can't wait to sort of jump into your story. But before I do all of that, you've got some information there on your phone. Is that right?
Have I?
I thought you did. Oh, well,
no,
there you
but
go.
I do know the names, and do you know how I know their names?
Okay, tell me.
They've got them written on their shirt.
How handy is that? All right. So, would you like to introduce their names then?
Okay, so we have at the far end we have Charlotte, Ashleigh, and Lockie or Lachlan. Which one do you prefer?
Either or.
Okay. Now we are talking racing.
We are. Now, hang on. The title's a bit deceiving because it said Sisters in Motorsport.
And we have Lockie here.
Unless you want to tell us something, but no. But I think this is just a great thing to see. It's family in motorsport, right?
Yeah.
It's very, very, it's a special thing. And then for me, just a quick little side note, today is my son Ayrton's 16th birthday, which I know is just it's a big day for a big Ayrton, for a motorsport name. So to have you guys here today, even a bit more special for me.
Now,
so
what I've heard as well, it's Troy Cove Motorsports. Is that your dad?
Yeah, so Troy is our dad.
I wonder if he's in the studio.
Almost like he's just off camera.
It's almost like it's an ominous kind of eyes just kind of watching over us. But it all started with Dad, and then it's now progressed onto essentially us carrying the torch now.
Wow, you guys are amazing. That's unbelievable.
It really is. Okay, let's talk about the elephant in the room. Ages.
Yes.
You guys, come on, how old are you?
So I'm 22.
I'm 16. And I'm 17, turning 18 in about a month, actually.
Oh, party!
Look at that. Yeah. When you're almost 18, that last detail is very important.
It is.
I'm with you on that one.
Yeah, wow. Okay. So two of you have your driver's license on the road?
Yes.
And Ashleigh, not yet, but on the track?
Not yet. I've got my L plates, which I got the day of my birthday. I made sure to get in there. But yeah, I'm on the track.
Okay. I am really surprised that they let you guys out on the actual road. Sorry, but I'm a bit oblivious to racing. All I know is they're fast, right?
Right.
So as a parent, I would be absolutely shitting my pants with my kids on the road, driving fast. But I suppose because you've been brought up around cars, vehicles, track, you're quite responsible, I would think, on the road.
Funnily enough, it actually makes us a little bit better on the roads because we're able to better gauge exactly how far away a car is or the kind of behaviour that someone's taking ahead of us, that they can't really do anything too out of the ordinary because we can see it coming.
Yeah.
And do you know what? I think some people don't realise this. Like, honestly, if you get your kids involved in motorsport early, it's such a big thing for their own safety because, okay, before I started racing, I was a bit of a lunatic. I mean, I did some things that right now I'd be in cuffs. In fact, if they'd caught me, I'd still be in cuffs, right? Being really, really irresponsible on the road, driving way too fast. But when you've got the outlet, so when I started racing and I had the outlet, I didn't want to do that anymore because I knew that I can hit that apex as hard as I can. I know that I can flow through and I can take all of the road on the way out. You can't do that on the road.
Exactly.
It's a big difference. On the track, you can do it. So for me, it actually changed me and made me a much safer road driver. Are you guys feeling the same sort of thing? Oh, well, two of you?
Definitely. I can definitely say from my end is that you get the track as that outlet. You don't have to sit there on the road and go, oh, I've seen these videos on Instagram and I want to go as fast as possible.
Yep.
It's I'm at an actual racetrack in a race car, or even if you want to take your actual road car onto the track, it gets that fix that you want to try and push your car.
So true.
And then you're not doing it on the road in a really unsafe environment.
So true. All right. Now that we've done the road safety bit, but it is true. It really takes you away from doing the silly things, right?
Yeah.
So I'm going to jump around a little bit here because that's kind of how we do things. To the girls, growing up, okay, with dad racing, big brother racing, you're obviously surrounded by racing.
Yes.
It's far less than it was in the past, but let's face it is a male sort of orientated sport. Did you find that was was that incentive or was that a hindrance, or what was that for you?
I think for me it was sort of, I see all the boys out on the track and I think, I can beat you.
Yeah.
You're a bit slow there. Even Lockie and Dad racing, Lockie, when I was his passenger, I would always think in the back of my head, you could have taken that corner a bit quicker.
That's right.
Thought I could beat him out on the track and we're still getting there. But
you're trying
slowly but surely. That's okay. But I've really enjoyed, and it's getting to the point now more that motorsport progresses, that more women are joining, and that's really, really good.
It's a cool thing.
Yeah.
It's one of those sports.
To say it really bluntly, you are very competitive, aren't you, Ashleigh?
I could
see that in your eyes.
The fire in the eyes.
Just a tiny little bit.
Where did that start? Did that start with go-kart racing? Because I know a lot of racing car drivers start with go-karts when they're young.
Absolutely.
So for us, we started in go-karts for a bit, and then had a few people come up to us trying to find out our lap times, saying that we shouldn't be on the track because we're girls and it's a male sport. We shouldn't be there. We shouldn't even be in the pits. So we had a falling out with that club a little bit. COVID hit and we stopped go-karting for a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Then Lockie got into the Datsun and started doing some tarmac sports, which was good. We started being passengers for him, and competitive side came out of me just a little bit.
You've just said a very cool word, Datsun. Now, let's talk about this Datto.
Absolutely.
Okay, what spec, what model, what is it?
So it's a 1978 Datsun 280Z, which has been converted to a track car.
Yep.
It's been completely stripped out, so it's now just under 1,000 kilos. Fantastic. It is running the stock motor, but it is modified. So originally a 2.8 litre inline six, the L28, which has now been stroked up to a 3.1 litre with triple Webers, and it sounds phenomenal. It's 5-speed manual from a Skyline. The rear diff is from a Subaru. So it's kind of all mixed in together in some way that you wouldn't expect it to work, but it works phenomenally.
Oh, no, that all works. And a lot of people don't know this. Subaru is actually and Nissan in bed with each other and very the same company. So it almost bolts straight in.
It does.
Yeah, there we go.
So that's where it all kind of started for me. And it was a phenomenal car to learn in. And
was it Dad's car?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. Well, great start. Well funded.
Definitely. And each time that it goes out for an event, I just can't wait to drive it. It's such a phenomenal car to drive.
Well, I know that you guys are racing a couple of different types of cars. So this is when the motor racing kind of nerd pet.
Yeah, great. I'm so glad you're sitting there.
Oh. Now, I'm someone who started racing in rear-wheel drive cars, then moved to all-wheel drive cars, and then went to front-wheel drive cars for a time, right? And I used to jokingly say there's rear-wheel drive, there's all-wheel drive, and then there's wrong-wheel drive, okay? I couldn't stand the idea of front-wheel drive. And so when you've learnt the other way, it's very, very hard to adapt. Why I ask this is the Datsun is a powerful, quite a large but light rear-wheel drive car, independent rear end. I mean, all of these quirks, okay? But you're racing XLs as well. So front-wheel drive, lighter car again, less cylinders. Momentum is massively important with these things. I've got to tip the hat to you because it's quite a skill to be able to transfer from one to the other. For all of you, I don't know who's driven everything, but how do you find that transition from a learning point of view? Has your brother helped you through it? Has Dad helped you through it, or Lockie? Yeah.
So for me, I found it quite easy transitioning from rear-wheel drive to front-wheel drive.
Yeah.
all started was the first front-wheel drive car that I drove was just a Honda Civic. A couple of mates and I, alongside Dad and the family, put together as kind of a let's give an endurance race a shot.
Sure. And well, if you've seen any of the Vin Diesel movies, they can do amazing things. Civics.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
11 gears.
That's right. 11 gears. A laptop beside you, and away you go. Exactly.
But the whole premise of a front-wheel drive is, especially such a low-power one, is momentum is key. Yeah. And the second that it gets any instability, it is flat onto the accelerator to pull it out. So it's a really great tool to learn your racecraft and your pace at a really basic level, because you don't have to worry about counter steer if you start losing it. It is just plant the accelerator and go.
Yeah.
And then from that, you can start to learn the balance of the car, and it's a really solid foundation and base to then go into rear-wheel drive cars or all-wheel drive cars.
So with yourselves, when you've gone from being in a kart, which is, I mean, we're talking about lightweight and short wheelbase. I mean, that's absolutely quintessential, those two things. But then you get into an XL, which obviously becomes a lot heavier, and the front-wheel drive, the different aspect. How did you find that? How did you find that personally?
I think that we've had a lot of really, really great mentors that have been able to make that transition a lot easier.
Yep.
Like we've had Dad, he's been amazing, not only in mentoring us physically in the car, but also mentally.
Big deal.
That's definitely something that Ashleigh and I have really had to work through and push forward, because in 2023, I had my ATV accident. So I had 42 stitches. I almost lost my hand.
Wow.
And then it was just pushing past that mental barrier of firstly getting back in a Polaris, which we had been driving since we could reach the pedals.
They're the coolest thing.
And before that, we were doing dirt bikes and flinging ourselves off that after running into a bobcat. And so that slow progression forward of, I guess, scare therapy in a way for us, getting into the Polaris and then seeing Lachlan in a car and going, oh, I'm competitive, I need to be in that. So then slowly pushing forward into that car, having these two mentors as Dad and Lachlan have just made any transition from any vehicle so much easier.
So glad you brought up the mental aspect, because when it comes to sports, you can have, all the skills in the world. You can have, great machinery, whatever the case may be. If you don't get the mental aspect right, you don't get the sport right. And this goes through motorsport, obviously, but through just about everything in life. So these are really good life skills. You get to learn adversity. You also get to be able to learn how to slow time down. Like in a race car, people would be blown away with how much time you spend in that corner. In here, it's got, I'm waiting for that apex. It's a different sort of mentality, but to keep calm under pressure, these are all great assets for life. And that's why, when you're all young, okay, you're heading into the world, these are great things to carry with you.
I'm going to ask each and every one of you one question. When you get into that car and go in for a race, what mental preparation do you do before you actually go to race? What mental preparation? Is there something that, or ritual that you do? Is there right coloured undies that you have to wear? This is important stuff.
For me, 10-15 minutes before the race, I put my headphones on, play my music, and I don't speak to anyone. I seem very, very antisocial, which I am at the start.
Yeah.
I get in my car, helmet on, I sit in my car for about 3-4 minutes, close my eyes, and I go through the track. And I go through every corner mentally, and I hold the steering wheel. I don't quite turn it, but I visually, mentally
so you visualise it the whole way through. Yeah,
100%. But for me...
And do you visualise that checkered flag at the end as well? That's got your name on it.
It doesn't matter,
but your name in lights behind it, right?
Yeah.
And there she comes, Ashleigh.
Fireworks.
Yeah,
fireworks.
that's it. So I mean, that's key in anything in life, is having that goal, having the vision, and seeing it before it happens, because then it comes into fruition, right? So that's really, I like that. That's really cool. Yeah. You go through it. What about you, Charlotte?
My routine is very, very specific. I have the same socks that I wear.
Me too.
They have pickles on them, and I will not wear another pair.
What have they got on them?
Pickles.
Pickles. She's got a pickle sock.
I love pickles.
Oh, nice.
By far
have you got
my favourite
a few sets of pickle socks so that when they wear out,
It's just you just keep the one. It's bad luck.
Yeah, but what about when they have holes in them?
Then they have holes in them.
That's right.
You have to wear other socks underneath it?
No.
It's motor racing.
my
You know why they've got holes?
God.
Do you know why there's holes in the socks? Because you're
Aerodynamics.
saving weight.
Yes.
Right, okay.
That's exactly
That's
right.
what you're doing.
I will actually often have a shot of pickle juice beforehand as well
No
because
way.
I have really bad calf cramps.
Oh, yeah, that's
and
really
that
good for that.
helps like a dream. It is absolutely amazing.
You ever heard that one? That's
Yeah.
Definitely
pickle juice,
recommend
yeah.
it. Then I'll put my headphones in.
Magnesium.
I listen to Eminem,
right.
my favorite artist by far.
Yep.
And then I'll sit in my car once again, like Ashleigh, just in silence, visualizing the track. I'm a lot more social. Like I like people coming up to me, like our little brother Hudson. I love him coming up, sitting in the car with me. And I often sing, even when like I'm driving around the track. I just sing, and I'll even put on the radio, like so that they can hear me, and I'll sing to them as well. So that's something that I do before.
Wow.
That's unusual.
It is
really
very
clever.
unusual.
You've led me on to ask you a strange question. I used to find that when I get into when I was truly in the zone, right, when everything disappears and you've got that beautiful quiet place and the car's flowing gorgeously and you're just there, I used to hear, literally in my brain, I would hear classical music. I'm not into classical music. Where did that come from? More Eminem, right? But that would happen. How do you guys have you had any experiences like that?
I think for me, it's not classical music. It's just the sound of the car.
Yeah.
We run communications with Dad because it just helps us communicate what's going on.
Sure.
I also run as basically engineer for the girls on the day as well. So
Brilliant.
I'm able to take the feedback that they're giving to Dad and then Dad's giving it to me and already start planning how I'm going to be adjusting their car for the next race.
Wow.
So Dad will be telling me in the middle of the race, hey, the girls are having massive understeer. I can start sitting there doing 180 down the main straight, and I'm like, okay, so I'm going to adjust this part on their car and that'll do it. Oh, great, corner here. Yeah, okay, so if I adjust that, then that would be good for them. But I think for me, when I'm really focusing, it is just the sound of the car. There can be someone talking on the radio. There can be the sound of other cars next to me. It's not actually there. It's just the sound of my car hitting every single note, every single downshift, and everything kind of just flows really perfectly.
That's a really good team, isn't it? When
really
you've got
is.
an engineer.
Oh,
It's like engineering all the little ins and outs of what's happening.
I wish people knew how incredibly detailed motor racing is. People just don't realise all those little
I
finite
didn't even
differences.
know. I had no idea.
You can honestly, you can take quarter of a pound of pressure out of a tyre, and you will change the handling of the car.
Do you know what? When I was 11, I learned how to drive a car. That I wasn't, little. I was older. I learned how to drive a car, and it was an old Land Rover, and we used to have to crank it up at the front.
Oh, wow.
And we took it through the bush tracks out the back in Carmel. And I felt like I was a rally car driver back then too. So I can feel the adrenaline in there. I was like, oh. But I never knew any of the mechanics involved. So you guys are really great advocates for that side of it as well. Yeah. The mechanics involved, getting layman people like me to understand what it takes to actually drive a vehicle on tarmac and fast. Oh my God, I don't know. Yeah,
there's so many careers too afterwards, and also during. I mean, not everybody, but most of us aspire to be a driver. But ego is a funny thing. But the reality is that for so many people, there's so many opportunities in the engineering behind the scenes, and look, everything from honestly changing the tyres to catering. The motorsport is so multi-layered that it's so many opportunities there. Why not grab them? Right.
Yeah, absolutely.
So now we've got some questions coming through with heaps actually. So I've just better go and find them because I've got myself all a bit lost. So let's go back here. Let's try this one. So let's bring that up on the screen. So how many hours a week? There we go. Yes. How many hours a week do we invest in this?
When we are not at school or uni, we are at the warehouse working on the cars, watching over race footage whenever we have time. But I also think it's really, for us, it's 24/7. Like we're watching our nutrition. We're going to the gym. We're constantly watching what we're doing, how we're acting mentally. constantly going through pretty much everything every day. So preparing ourselves, hydrating ourselves, even if we don't have a race meet, the preparation for a race is so important that we work 24/7 just to be able to be competent in our race cars.
Yep. Fantastic. All right, now let's go to, look at this. We've got one of those naughty questions, ones that cause all sorts of arguments. Is there much sexism in motor racing?
I think that there used to be a lot of sexism in motorsport because it was a male sport.
Mm-hmm.
And I think some people do still definitely see it as a male sport. But I think that the more females that join, the more women in motorsport there is, the more that's sort of pushed away.
Thoroughly agree.
And it's really good with all the support that we have, especially with all of our mentors, that we can help be mentors for other people as well.
Yeah.
Because for us growing up, we obviously had Dad and Lockie as our mentors, but also we want younger children, especially girls, to look up to us and say, that's really, really cool. What they're doing is really cool.
Because it is really, really cool.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I think that there's always those kind of people that are going to be sexist, or they're going to try and belittle you in any way.
That's right.
And I think especially having two young girls that are coming up into the sport, it is definitely very polarizing. But you do also have, for as many not as nice people that there are there are also just as many people who are super supportive of what they're doing. So there are countless people at the tracks that are so supportive of the girls. We do so many other events, not just our actual XL rounds, but even things like speed series or the city sprints, and putting the cars on display at the schools, things like that, that it's really a great opportunity to be able to sit there with the average person and go, this is what we do, this is cool. And they can go, I'm a girl and I didn't think that was possible, because I watch, say, Formula One or V8 supercars. Compared to now, you've got two great role models who are sitting there doing what they love to do.
Speaking of role models and female role models, how many are there in the sport? In Western Australia? Let's let's narrow it down to here, Western Australia. Is this something that's going to be you two up there helping others and bring them up, or have you got mentors that are female that have been in the sport?
I think that for me, one of pretty much the only mentors, or two of the only mentors, is Anna. She is down in Collie. She races, she runs the track, and she's absolutely amazing. She honestly makes every single race day so much better. She's an advocate for the sport, especially for us. She could not be more supportive of us.
Yep, that's perfect.
And I think another mentor for us is April. I don't know if you've heard of her. I believe that she stepped down from motorsport at the minute. She still does a couple of events with her family, but once again, she was amazing. She's very supportive, and she just gives us a lot of advice specific to women in motorsport, because we work twice as hard to be just as strong as the boys, because there is a lot biologically that we physically don't have the strength. So we work twice as hard in the gym, twice as hard to get fitter. And I think that those two specific role models just definitely.
It's interesting you say that, because I'm going to throw this forward. I'm very lucky in rallying. Okay, women in rallying is not uncommon, and and I mean, peak of my career is 30 years ago, so things have changed. Just didn't need to laugh. She stuffed around. I don't know. But 30 years ago, there was women in motorsport, and I had female co-drivers, and it was very normal. The only time I ever saw anything like that creep in was I had a moment where Rally Australia, 1994, I'm lined up on the starting grid there, and I was lined up against Australia's highest ranking female driver at the time, Denise Collins at the time. And, guy came over on the two-way, one of my team, and said, don't feel nervous, Aaron. There's only 200 million people watching on TV, and don't get beaten by a girl, right? That's the highest level of sexism I saw. And that makes me pretty happy. I don't think that it's a big influence in things. And I think as far as the strength things you mentioned, I mean, you would know that better than I. But today in modern cars with power steering, electric power steering, as much as it's got less fuel, I think it equals things out a lot more than it used to. Yeah, we used to have to really manhandle. We don't need to do that anymore.
Yeah, I think along with Charlotte's mentors, another mentor for us is Lisa Nash.
Yeah, okay.
She, lucky through university, got invited to a Women in Motorsport breakfast.
Okay.
Funnily enough. Pretty good woman.
Again, Lockie, just
you could
whenever you want.
Lockie. Any secrets? She connected through Lockie. We have had a meeting with her, and she is honestly the most lovely person. Cool. Even before my last race down in Collie, I was struggling with a few things. Couldn't quite get my head around it. Couldn't quite get what I wanted to do, what I wanted to happen with the car. So gave her a call, and she pretty much calmed me down. I was on call with her for 15, 20 minutes.
Right.
And that race, I think, was probably one of my best races all year, because she said, what are going to be your 3 goals for this race?
Right.
I said, my 3 goals. I said, okay, focus on 2 of them that you want to do, and then that third one's just going to come very easy to you.
Right.
Yeah. I think I nearly got my personal best in that race as
I
well.
think you might have.
I think you did.
Yeah, Lisa has been absolutely phenomenal for us in between trying to manage the Tickford V8 Supercar team. She's also
that's super cool.
Sorry, I probably should have specified that.
There we go. Okay, now we know who you're talking about.
It's been phenomenal how supportive she's been to be able to go to, Cam Waters and Thomas Randall, and then 15 minutes later be on the phone to the girls just talking smack about the race.
Right. Well, I'm going to throw a tip forward. Don't party with Cam Waters. I'm just going to say that, all right? He can be a bit naughty. We're going to have a quick break. Back in just 6. Edge Radio Australia, the one thing.
Is pain holding you back? Bowen Therapy with Panacea Healing can change that for you. It's never too late to recharge your health, career, or purpose. You have the power within yourself to change what no longer serves you, taking your life and health to another level. panaceahealing.com.au. You can do anything.
Edge Radio Australia, you're back on the one thing, and we're talking to some absolute superstars, quite frankly. You guys have just, I'm very proud to actually have you here on the couch. Because I mean that. Just egos. And you know what? You need it for motorsport, so don't ever apologise for it. Just harness it, right? But no, it's so good because young people are the future, and when you harness your skills and you aim for the stars, it is just a fantastic thing, So you're doing it, and okay, I might be a little biased because it's something I love and I'm passionate about.
Yeah, 100%.
But it's very, very true.
You are biased, yeah. Just saying.
So while I'm being biased, let me go and jump into some of these questions. There are so many.
Let me ask one quick
struggle.
question.
Okay?
Yes.
Do you guys ever talk to your car?
I have.
But before the race, do you talk to it?
We've actually all named our cars.
Yeah, okay. What's your car's name?
My car is Dory.
Dory.
Because apparently that's my personality as
Oh,
well.
yeah, Dory. I can see that from Nemo.
Yeah. Favourite character.
100%.
So mine's Dory. Lachlan?
I've nicknamed mine Amanda.
Oh, dear.
Every car that I've driven or owned is named as a female name.
Mm-hmm.
Dad is a very big fisherman. And I believe that it is a bit of a tradition that you have to nickname all of your vessels as a female name. I did take that
Very
bit of advice from him. And so I absolutely do talk to my car, whether I'm happy with it or frustrated with it. There's definitely been a couple of times throughout the season that I have smacked at the steering wheel a couple of times, but
what's for.
Yeah, look, Amanda's can be very frustrating. I'm just going to say that. All right.
And just a quick one, what's your car's name, Charlotte?
Mum likes the name Pink Panther, but I like the name John.
John.
Okay.
Plain John.
I need to know why.
I don't know.
No,
I just really like the name.
Okay,
Honestly,
fair
I
enough.
just really
I'm with
like name John.
The female
yeah,
names for cars.
Jamie
That's what I
Winkup's
always
most
thought.
famous car was Kate. You know, they won a
Yes.
couple of championships with, and yeah, I've always known my car. So there you
Shout
go.
out to all the Amandas and the Johns out there.
Now, a question coming
And
through.
the Dories.
Dories
Yeah,
as well. Don't
Dories.
forget Dories. Don't forget Dory. Boom, boom.
Yeah,
Yeah.
No, okay. Is Lockie protective over his sisters on the track?
he's too far away.
He's too far
He's
away.
too far ahead.
Yes and no.
You can't see him in the mirrors,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
He's too far behind us.
No, in a sense of they are very capable drivers.
Okay.
So when I'm racing, I'm not sitting there of going, oh, are they able to pull their own weight? Because they absolutely can. But when I do pull in and they say, oh, this person cut me off, then absolutely it is game on and I will be as protective as possible. But they're very capable, but we are a very strong team. So I think that they're just as protective as me as I am of them.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, fantastic. I get
What's
that.
this
Let's
one?
jump
This is
7
great.
questions. Here we go.
No
All right.
questions, but what an incredible talk. We're so excited to have Lachlan come over to SA and join us for the Enduro. Thank you, girls, for inspiring me to be a better race wife. From Emily Smith.
I guess the secret's kind of out of the bag now.
Boom.
That was going to be a bit of a secret announcement, but what better,
Too bad.
what better
Too bad.
opportunity than to say it now? Absolutely. At the end of the year, I will be heading over to Adelaide to compete in their XL Enduro.
No way.
Tell me what the Enduro is, please.
So basically,
For laymen.
it's 70-ish Hyundai XLs on the Bend Motorsport Park, which, if you don't know, is a phenomenal racetrack.
Great track.
Ooh.
So I will be co-driving, and it will be an amazing experience.
And is the whole family going?
No, just
I
me
wish.
and race mum.
Okay.
Oh, damn it.
I'll be going over there. We have a bit of practice
Mhm.
on I believe it's a Thursday night, and then Friday is race day. So qualifying and then 2 1-hour races. So
Wow.
I'm definitely looking forward to it. I can't wait to get in the car and to be able to see
He's
what I
taking
can
the
do on a
limelight,
bit of a different
girls.
track.
Pull it back. Pull it back.
Yes, it's getting big there, mate. No, that is so cool. All right, I've got so many questions here, but I want to just ask these questions about the Hyundai racing, all right? Because I actually am a very big fan of this racing. I love close racing. People get so excited about sport as far as the speed, rather, okay? And you look at big numbers. And the racing with Hyundais, it's pretty quick.
Yes.
But the great thing about it is it's so competitive. It's so tight. The old rub in this racing, well, definitely is in the XL series. How do you guys find how incredibly competitive it is?
I love the door-to-door racing. I love when there's someone behind me, there's someone beside me, and there's someone in front of me, because I constantly feel like I'm being pushed forward, and
Mhm.
I constantly feel like I'm becoming faster, especially if, say, I've got Ashleigh behind me.
Yep.
I would do everything in my power
Yeah.
to make sure that Ashleigh stays behind me.
I get
Or
that.
if I've got anyone else on the field of who I'm like, oh, yep, you can stay behind me as well. And if that clears up opportunities up here, there's someone else to grab a spot, then they will stay behind me, no matter what. So I think
Love it.
that we all personally love the door-to-door because of just how competitive we
Yeah.
are. But, yeah, I couldn't
Ooh.
imagine
I think
doing
it's
So do
anything
you
else.
girls race together in every race against each other?
Yep.
Oh,
All three
wow.
of us do.
What could possibly
And-
go wrong?
A lot.
And through the influential races, the big races, who's won the most out of both of you?
Me.
Oh,
I
think-
gonna have to catch it.
I think results-wise, Charlotte has more higher finishes, but Ashleigh is higher on the points with a little bit more consistency.
Oh, hang on.
Why is that? Why is Ashleigh higher on the points?
Consistency.
No, it's because
I'm just
I've
a better
missed-
driver.
I think I've missed 3 races.
And I've written off 2 cars.
Right.
Two cars.
So, regardless, if you do want to see that really good battle, we are racing this weekend.
Yes.
Oh,
So I
wow.
think the girls
Saturday.
are separated by about 3 points between them. So
And where is the race? for
It
us
is-
laymen's.
It is up at Wanneroo Raceway.
Oh,
So,
absolutely. Carco Raceway up there in Wanneroo. It is a great place, and it's just a great day. And
what time does it start?
Details.
8 a.m.
I know. Well, if I want to
too
go.
early.
Yeah.
8
I think
a.m.
we start qualifying at about 8:30 in the morning.
Wow. And so where to for you two girls in this sport from here? Like, I think that's the key. Where to from here? What's the next step? What, yeah.
For me, I want to next go into improved production and into Toyota 86s.
Yeah.
I feel like that's a really good stepping stone. And then after that, GT4s and hopefully supercars by the end of it.
Good.
Yeah. Big goal, but I've always dreamt of being a supercars driver and standing
Well
on top of
done.
my car with a trophy.
Yeah.
Instead of one of those girls in the miniskirts
Yeah.
with flags. Yeah.
I do miss those girls. But okay. Sorry, I can't
We
remember.
need a few boys now with big muscles in there.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
That's so
We've got
sexy.
monster girls and everything like that.
Yeah.
What's going on?
But what about sorry, I can't remember. Isn't that terrible? Simona, who used to race V8 supercars.
Silvestro.
Thank you. Yeah, she did a really good job. I don't think she had the best equipment, to be absolutely honest, with Nissan at that sort of stage. But yeah, I mean, do you aspire to that sort of thing, or?
Yeah, definitely. I think also she was a really good role model,
I think so.
and I think that's what I want to be as well, and Charlotte as well. We want to be role models
Beautiful.
and for people to look up to us. And
So if
inspire.
there's a young girl out there and they don't come from a racing family and she's got the adrenaline and wants to go out and, start, where do they start? Pestering mum and dad?
I think that reaching out is definitely a great outlet. I mean, Ashley and I are really easy to reach out to. We've had Lisa from Tickford. She was amazingly easy to reach out to, and she's a really genuine person that really wants to help, and we would really love to help as well. So I think that definitely reaching out is a great first step.
Do you have a group of female racers that's like a group where young people can go and ask questions, like a Facebook group or a social group or something like that, where if
it's called the pits.
Yeah, no, but do you know what I mean? Like if someone's sitting on the sidelines and they want to reach out to someone without being, having someone's phone number or going out physically to you, would it be great to have somewhere where you can post things on there and what you're doing and have a chat forum or something where they can ask questions?
Yeah, absolutely. And so just trying to reach out to us on Instagram, Facebook, any way that you can. Funnily enough, coming to the pits is actually a great way to connect with us as well. Where I know
Aren't you always busy in the pits though?
Not always.
Okay.
So I know that
We
you look at say Formula One and they're constantly to such a rigid schedule. But for us, we come into the pits, we make the adjustments to the car, we have a bit of a debrief between us. But if you want to come and have a chat with us, absolutely. We love helping new people get into the sport, from if you're a kid and you want to go to your local rental go-karting place, or you're actually in go-karting and you want to get to that next level. Absolutely. Just reach out to us in any way that you can, because a big thing for us is helping anyone and everyone get into motorsport.
Wouldn't that be a great opportunity then for you as a family to go to those go-karting establishments and go, this is what's possible? Like do a workshop or something for those people that, so that they get an idea of what it's like. They can ask the questions. They know more questions than I would know because I'm not into that. The only thing I remember is Claremont Speedway and the Demolition Derby.
That's not
so we do actually run a couple of events. We call them Track Titan events. So we run a couple of those each year, and it's basically you come and join us for the afternoon of go-karting.
That's amazing.
And we're constantly going around trying to provide everyone with tips on how they can improve or what we've noticed, or if someone just wants to genuinely have a chat with us. So we do those, and we do them for fundraising as well.
That's
so
really cool.
A big thing for us is giving back to the community as much as possible. So we raise money for telethon. In the past, we have raised money for kids' cancer, mental health. So a big thing for us is just giving back as much as possible, not just in our racing, but in our personal lives as well.
Motor racing, a lot of people think that they can't have these conversations with people. I've been incredibly lucky. I mean, I've had really long conversations back in the day with Sir Jack Brabham, with Alan Jones, and we just talk as two motor racing guys, you know. And I mean, they're world champions, and I'm pond scum in comparison, you know. But they'll have those conversations because it's lovely to talk about your passion with people who really understand it. I'm going to fire into a couple more questions because, my word, we've got so much to talk about. I think we might have to get you guys back. Now, anyone watching this that wants to go for a ride, how do they do this?
Oh, that's a really good question. Just reaching out to us.
Yeah.
A couple of times a year we do take some passengers out. So if you are interested, then get in touch with us, and
maybe that's another good fundraiser for you guys to do for people or for your niche projects that you have going.
For sure. And before also getting involved in the sport, a really good way is just to come and volunteer, whether you're as an official or in a team, just be the guy who will go and grab the cable ties. Okay, and the gaffer tape, the two essentials of motor racing. But just
you
being
always
able to
got
help
cable ties.
everywhere.
Now I know why.
There you go.
It's the solution for everything: duct tape, cable ties, and WD-40.
That's right.
WD-40.
Yeah, exactly right.
Can't
That
forget
fixes the things that. But all right, so there we go. Now, where do you see yourself in 10 years' time in motorsport? Thanks, Heidi, for that question. Cool question.
I think we all have pretty similar goals in terms of where the future takes us. We're all aiming towards GT4 and GT3. The girls are aiming a bit more towards supercars. Unfortunately, I am a little bit too old to be running up with those guys, but the girls are absolutely capable of stepping their foot into supercars, and
you're 22, mate. You're ancient. Okay.
I know. I'm old. I'm
way too old.
But absolutely, they're more than capable of it, and I'll be there the whole step of the way, coaching them up to it, because that's just what we do. We're a whole family unit, and we work our way up through the categories together. So,
and the family unit is called Cove Motorsport.
Yeah, absolutely. Look, check them out on the socials. I'm sure there'll be links everywhere. Right? Please do. Now, another question's come in from Heidi. Who we know who Heidi is.
We know,
and she wants to know about racing in heels. Now, if you know Heidi's probably
has heels like I can't even spread my fingers. Like
you need an elevator to rise up to say hello to her. The heels are that high. I'm going to ask the question, even though it's crazy. Thank you, Heidi. Racing in heels. What do you think?
You guys
that
might
would
have a
be
little bit more
very,
experience.
very hard.
Well,
I reckon doable.
Okay.
We can try.
For those who've got like a challenge with a heel toe with a
Yes.
there we go.
Yeah.
You never know.
Easier,
That could work, right? Absolutely.
Yeah, a bit more length on the side. Might be able to hit the clutch as well while we're going.
This is a good one.
Yeah, this is a great question. This one, I'm going to answer this question. I don't even need the kids for this one, right? Okay. Someone once asked me, how do you make a small fortune out of motorsport? You start with a huge fortune, right?
100%.
Yeah. Okay. What is the financial outlay?
Dad's never going to retire.
Never. No. You'll live forever because you work forever. Look, speed costs money. How fast do you want to go, right? That's how it's going to work. So it is a financial outlay. Look, there are economical ways of getting into racing. You were talking about the XLs. For one of my daughters, when she was 12, she decided that she wanted to do autocross, and we actually built her a Honda XL, an auto, so that she could get the feel of things, which was great. We spent 6 months building the car, and then she discovered voice. But so the car didn't get used.
That sounds like me.
Yeah.
It wasn't the car; it was the push bike.
There we go. The the XL is such a good little platform, but I mean that's it's something that it's inexpensive. I think. I mean, I built that car for about probably $850.
Yep.
Yeah, that's all. I mean, I know XLs are now a lot more expensive because they're harder to get.
Speaking about the financial outlay, do you guys actually contribute to that, or does Dad finance it?
It's the best way that we can put it is it's a team effort.
Okay.
So
Sweatshop, gotcha.
absolutely,
Yeah,
we can't express enough gratitude for Mum and Dad for helping us get where we are. And we do put in where we can, but we're very fortunate to have some amazing partners that have been helping us along the journey as well.
So you have sponsorship?
Yeah.
Yes.
So, it all kind of started with Veal Auto Parts.
Oh, right.
They
Wow.
were phenomenal. We are the first team that they have ever sponsored.
Wow, very
And
cool.
through them, they've been phenomenal, even just working with some of their parts interpreters. So I blew an engine in round 4, and that was over the Easter break. And
Perfect timing.
I had 3 weeks to get a new engine built.
Right.
And I was constantly on the phone with them, and so was Dad, just to try and understand what we needed. And trying to work with anyone else over Easter was a nightmare.
Yeah.
But we'd call them up and we'd say, hey, look, we need this part, this part, this part. How can you help us out? And they'd go, perfect. For a standard car, you'd want to use this and this and this. But because you guys are doing it for more of a racing kind of capacity, we recommend that you use these parts, and these
Brilliant.
parts. So whilst we don't have the fanciest engine that's being built over the eastern states, working alongside them got me back on track.
Great.
And has now led to kind of this bit of a title charge that we've been having towards the end of the season, trying to claw back as many
It's
points
fantastic to
as possible.
hear.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Do you deal with David at Veals?
Yes.
There you go. Small world.
So Veal's one of them. Do you have any other sponsors that you'd like to give a shout out to while we have the opportunity?
I don't think we'd have enough time to go
No,
through
you got a lot.
all of the support that we've had, but Ryco has been phenomenal. We're also Penrite ambassadors, so trying to make sure that we're running the highest quality oil that we can possibly.
As was I, and I'm telling you right now, what a great product.
Oh, it's
Honestly.
phenomenal.
100%.
Australian product.
Haven't found a better one.
No,
So
that's right.
last week we competed in the Collie 1000, which is an endurance race of 17 hours worth of racing
Over
across 2 days. And we ran Penrite oil.
Yep.
And it survived the whole length without missing a beat.
And we were pushing that car to its limit.
I think
literally.
we were redlining it for the accumulation of maybe like 10 hours.
Which car did you run in that event?
Another Hyundai XL.
There you go.
Which is another great opportunity to get into motor racing cheap. That car cost us $600 and was sitting out in a paddock.
Yep.
And then sure enough, turned straight over, roll cage was in it, and it survived 17 hours of absolute battering.
We are so out of time, but I do want to just promote this series a little bit because a lot of people, as I say, I want people to know how good this Hyundai series is. It's super competitive because the cars all have, I mean, you've got a control suspension, you've got a control tyre, you've got a control. Control means everybody has to use the same thing, right?
Yep.
Obviously, weight limits. So the difference between the best car in the field and the worst car is not that big. It's not. Unless your name's Kostecki, you can't just come and overspend and spend more than everybody else, right?
Yeah.
But so it's a great series. I really, when you get down, you go to whether it be at Carco Raceway in Wanneroo or down to Collie, and you watch the racing, it is so much fun. To be honest, I watched that title with far more, I don't know, focus than many of the other categories because I just think, I know action's coming. I know it's fun. And I watch the little battles, and the battle could be right at the front. It might be 3/4 way down. It's just very, very entertaining. So great to watch.
Absolutely. It's a great category.
Yeah.
I mean, you still have some people in the category who do push the boundaries, but as a whole, it's a great category. It's very close racing, and we just love it.
Cool. Now, I had a comment up there, and g'day to Damo. Thank you very much for saying hello. There was a comment that I've just taken off, and I'm going to put back up there because why don't we finish up on this? I think this is cool. So we've got a Bogan Trivia fundraiser coming up very, very soon. Now, maybe, I don't know who typed this in, but they're very smart. Maybe we could auction a passenger ride around the track. That might be a very cool thing. What do you think, guys? To put you on the
That
spot?
sounds like a very good idea.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah.
I want to promote you guys to the hilt. I really believe in you. I think what you're doing is great. I think that families who stick together in motor racing is incredibly, family sticking together is important. Like you can't believe. Motorsport is a great way of doing it. It really is. And because, as I say, you'll never have problems with drugs or alcohol because you'll never have any money. It's great. So, you know,
What's one thing, each of you, one small thing that that viewers out there can take away from being part of such a brilliant family organisation? Not as in family, but as in your business. All of you are in part of a business. So what's the one thing that makes that stand out for you? What's the best thing?
I think the best thing is that how we seem is exactly how we are. So we're not like a lot of other teams where they're very different, trying to talk to them, and they're very amazing and wonderful to talk to. But then the second that, you know, the cameras are off, they're your typical, as you would expect a Formula One driver to be. We love the amount of support that we've gotten. We love everyone who's helped us to get to this point. You know, our amazing partners recently signing with Exceedi. We have so much gratitude for the amount of support that everyone gives us, and we love to give that support back as much as possible to helping official and helping coach those officials when they want to get in the car. So,
well, you do driver training as well.
I do.
Yeah.
So I am also a Motorsport Australia coach as well. So if you do ever need a passenger in the car and you need a little bit of help with your racing line, you absolutely know where to find us.
So, girls, you've got the coach sitting next to you.
Handy, that.
Do you
100%.
I get the impression that these two don't want to be behind.
No, I know
for
they're not going to be
2
behind.
seconds.
Yeah,
which is great. It's great to have somebody to aim for, have that target, and you've obviously got a great relationship, which is fantastic.
And I think stay that way. Don't ever let because you guys are going to become amazing, famous, like over the charts. Don't let that ego come in. Always be as humble and as beautiful as you are, because I think that actually appeals to more people than if you've got, you know, millions of bucks and you're lavishing everything around.
100%.
Yeah.
I can speak for that because my ego started to get a little bit out of control, and I had my mum stepped in once and said, "Aaron, it's time to stop believing your own advertising." So true. It's
Very good.
you've got to be grounded, okay? Because at the end of the day,
beautiful.
you're putting your race suit on one pant leg at a time, right? We're all the same, because it can become a world where, you know, a lot of people keep telling you how good you are, and it can go to your head a little bit. So keep humble, and understand that every single person who's helped you get there. It's really important.
Yeah.
Absolutely. We wouldn't be able to do
ourselves.
what we do without the people that are supporting us.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
especially mum and dad, once again, we can't say enough thanks to them for
your major sponsor.
Now, mum, I want to go back to your mum because she's not here.
No.
Now she must, like, I'm a mum, and I don't know, but I reckon she'd be like 100% behind you guys all the time,
100%.
and she'd be working really pretty hard.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah, okay. All right. That's mate. Like, because I know mums work hard normally without this much pressure.
Trying to get the whole team up at 6 a.m. on a race morning is an effort and a half.
Trying to get a teenager up at 6 a.m.
So mum absolutely deserves all the credit for getting us to all the races, because I can assure you that we probably wouldn't be showing up until maybe the second or third race.
What's mum's name? Naomi, 100%. You are amazing.
Yep.
And I think these kids probably wouldn't be there without
sponsors.
So shout out to Naomi.
Absolutely.
We might scare her just a little bit sometimes. But
at least your mum will watch, right? My mum wouldn't. Yeah. So
mum watches
with her eyes closed.
Oh, okay.
She'll, like,
that would be me. That would be me too.
She counts as we all come past. So
Yeah,
there's Lachlan, Charlotte.
Ashleigh's in a wall again.
Ashley, it should be Ashleigh, Charlotte, Lachlan. Right. Switch it around, girl.
Nah, mum's had a fair share of
moments.
frights.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Especially when
you're driving.
Yeah, round
It's
one,
only
I
Ashleigh.
rode off my car. Was in a very bad accident after I was in a scholarship car. Ended up 3 days in the hospital.
Whoa.
So yeah, she counted Lachlan, counted Charlotte. No Ashleigh, where's she gone? And then I was down the back. She couldn't see me, which was probably the worst thing for her.
Yeah, see?
But she was so supportive of me getting back in the car, even though I was so scared to get back in the car.
Get back on your horse and ride.
Yeah.
It's so important. After a big
100%.
crash, and we'll talk off air about that. Yeah, it's incredibly important. Get straight back on the horsepower.
Yep. I did pretty good my first time back as well. Yeah,
there you go.
I wasn't super slow.
Not super slow.
No, not super slow. I was slow, but not super slow.
We're going to get out of here because we've only gone 10 minutes over time. We've done all right. Okay, by our standards, we're flying. Thank you very much for being part of the One Thing here on Edge Radio Australia. Thank you to you all. Yes. Thank you to those off camera.
Hudson,
you guys are legends. Very, very
Troy.
good. Troy, great to see you both. We'll get you, mate, boom, actually both of you. We're going to get onto the couch and have a conversation in the future. And you guys are welcome back anytime.
Thank you guys so much for having us.
You're welcome.
Pleasure. Thanks for being part of the One Thing.
Thanks, everyone.
Radio Australia.
Ever felt lost online finding the right businesses?
Absolutely, like a needle in a haystack.
Introducing the Worldwide Awake Business Directory.
Tell me more.
It's your hub for businesses sharing your values. Discover eco-friendly products, socially responsible services, and more.
Count me in. I'll check it out straight away.
Find businesses aligned with your values on the Worldwide Awake Business Directory. Start making a difference with every purchase.